Well, hello to all my sunflower and diamond friends. Hi, I'm Jackie Williams and I live in Kansas. And how is everyone doing? I've had quite the week. I am so glad it's Saturday. Oh my goodness. And this is what I'm bathing. Sorry. First of all, I want to say thank you to Michelle Morgan of Diamonds for a Better Tomorrow for my t-shirt. She sent this because I've been promoting her organization on my channel. So thank you, Michelle. I love it. This may be my new diamond painting shirt when I do my whipping chats. I don't know if you're like me when we was growing up. If you did painting, you always had like painting outfit, shirt, pants, whatever. Anyway, that's the way we did it. And when we got home from school, let me tell you, we had to change into our play clothes. You couldn't stay in your school clothes. Weekend, we had play clothes. We had regular, more. It wasn't dirty. It was just older clothes. So mom didn't have to worry you was going to ruin your clothes. That's what we had. We didn't stay in our good clothes. And let me tell you, we didn't change our clothes as much as some people do. I mean, my husband seems to be changing his clothes all the time. It's like, seriously, dude, all I do is laundry. Okay, but I digress. So anyway, oh my goodness, I'm started on U.S. Hero. Wow. It's a square. It is a challenge, but it's okay. It's okay. It's 25.6 inches by 38.6 inches. So yeah, it's pretty big, and I'm starting kind of in the middle here. It's by the U.S. Hero that's on, excuse me. So anyway, it is a square. It's like I said, a challenge. I'm really considering buying one of those vacuum pens, not the one with the cord, the cordless one. Because I don't know if you guys have this with these Diamond Art Club pens. I turn it and the wax, I know it's supposed to come up, but mine, it just keeps like using the wax out. It's like, and then I have wax all over my diamonds. I know some people use tweezers. I have to look for my pair of tweezers and see. And I also found out when you put the squares on, you really got to make so they're square and not like turned a little, because yeah, it's quite fun. All right, so first of all, before we get too far, let me read today's prayer card to you. They replied, "Believe in the Lord Jesus and you will be saved, you and your household." Acts 16:31. So there you go. And then, "I have not stopped giving thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers." Ephesians 1:16. "I keep you in my thoughts and prayers." And I do. I keep every one of you all in my thoughts and prayers. So, with that said, I'm going to... We just won't go there. I got my table. Let me show you. There it is. See? Right here. It's a nice table. I love it. After my brother-in-law left, well, he left Saturday night, which is fine. So Sunday, later in the day, I told my husband, because after I knew, he was done in here because they left for the wedding. I'll get to that. I left the air out of the air mattress because I wanted, then I took it upstairs and folded it up. Then I told my husband, I said, it's time. The table's coming up. I'm not going to wait. I want to get it up here so I can start doing my stuff, because I wanted to start this on September 1st, but it didn't go the way I planned, which is fine. So anyway, we brought it up, okay? And we had to put the table legs on because you can take them off, which is fine. And then we got them on. Then we flipped it over because we wanted to, first we looked to see, and I said, I really need the leaf part put in because of my diamond painting. I knew I needed it bigger. So we flipped back over, and you know, they usually have latches of some sort. Well, it didn't have a latch where you could, how do you want to say, like turn it. It's more in the middle and you have to work at it, but it's been sitting in my sister's basement, I don't know, for a couple years at least. And so I think they already had the leaf in, maybe not, I don't know, I can't remember. Anyways, it took us a little time and we got it figured out. And I told my husband, if you just go get some WD-40, because I knew he had some, I said, we just go squat, give it a little time, it'll pull apart. Nope, he didn't want to. So, like I said, it took a little time, and we had a screwdriver. We just needed to help it along. Once we got it, then we could pull it apart. I said, see? Because he got upset with it. I said, what are you getting upset with it? It's a table. It has. Oh, my goodness. So, anyway. All right, let me bring this down. I've been using this because a lot of you said on these longer diamond paintings, you may want to use like a pool noodle and roll it up, and then you can work on it a little better. And it does. It works very good. So thank you. I don't know who. I'm sure everybody does it. So yeah, it's been helpful. I roll it and then I just peel back my section and I can work on it. And it's looking really good. Let me bring this down here because you don't want to see me no more. Okay, yep, right there. You see that? Right in here. So I got a little bit going on. It's a slow process, which is fine. My goal is to have it done by next year. So we'll see how well that goes. So anyway, all right. So I know I can't even remember. Did I do a WIP and chat last week? I don't think so. But I feel like I did something. Oh well, it's okay. Let's see here. Like I said, it's already been quite the week. I have to take my glasses off. It has the blue stuff in it because I work in front of a computer all day. Well, my glasses are already 2 years, even maybe 3 years old. Well, that blue stuff is kind of like crackling, so I can't get it fixed. So I decided I'm going to have to save up money and get new glasses but without the blue because I can't. When you look through them, it's not very good. So anyway, whoops, just threw a bunch of diamonds out. Okay, here we go. Let's see, what am I working on? No. Oh, it's an arrow. I think the greater than arrow. I could never remember that from school. Anyway, so last week Saturday, well, my brother-in-law came Friday evening. And he wanted to go play frisbee golf with my husband, his brother, which is fine. Well, so they met up in Hayes because my brother-in-law was, you know, he spent the night in Wichita and then he drove the rest of the way up here Friday. And then we went and had supper Friday night because Friday was my brother-in-law's birthday and my husband wanted to take his brother out for his birthday, which is fine. So I told him, I said, you go play frisbee golf when you guys are, like getting close to being done. Let me know and I'll come in and have supper with you. And this way I can take care of Snoopy and everything. So that's what we did. Well, we ended up eating at our good place to have hamburgers, which is the Golden Q there in Hayes. So anyway, they played, and then my husband sent me a text and said, we're, this, and we'll probably be done by 5:30. So I said, okay. I said, I'll meet you there and everything. So it's all good. And, so, oops. Okay, I thought something looked goofy here. Okay, let me move you guys out of the way. I gotta remember, this part is not picked up. Okay, anyway, then we came home and everything. And Saturday, my brother-in-law and my husband went in the Hayes. I stayed home. I figured they could have some time together. And Snoopy and I just was together. And then they sent a message, when my husband did, and said, we're going to eat at IHOP. I said, okay, whatever, fine. And I went down to the diner and had something. And then they came home, and the wedding, because that's the reason why my brother-in-law came home, is because they had their cousin's wedding to go to. And I didn't go to the wedding because, one, Snoopy, I would have to feed him for supper, and I said, I'll just stay home and I'll come out for the meal. I said, it'll be okay. And so that's what we did. And then I went out for the meal and everything. We stayed until about 8:30. And then, well, my brother-in-law left from the wedding because he went to Wichita. He spent the night with our cousin. And then he said, I can leave Sunday morning to go back home to Texas. Which is fine. So, yep, and we had a good time. We had fun and everything, so. And I don't know who, but they decided to get a picture of all their cousins, which is good. Because, you don't get that very often. And anymore, the only time you get them is if you have a wedding or a funeral. So, yeah. I'm glad they got a group picture done. Not all the cousins were there, but, that's just the way it goes. They had delicious meal. They had brisket. They had coleslaw. They had beans. And they had a smaller cake, but they had cupcakes and, all of that. So, yep, it was pretty good. Oh, and this week, one day, I ended up going up to Hobby Lobby. And I had told you, my Hobby Lobby, they rotate all their stuff, which is fine. I understand. Anyway, I hadn't seen any Christmas stuff, and somebody said, well, it's in the Christmas section. Well, yeah, that's true. But at the time, my Hobby Lobby didn't have any of that yet. Well, they must have just got some in because it was hanging up. So I purchased a little bit of Christmas, and after I get paid this week, I would like to go back and get just a few more things. So anyway, what did I get? Let me show you. Oh dear. I got 4 things. I got the Santa Claus. I thought he was so cute. I'll have to, maybe in the evening, sit down and put them in little baggies. I do wish all the diamond painting companies would do that. Just go ahead and bag it up for us. Be done with it. If you did that, you know how many diamond painting people would love you. I know some of you put them in containers. I don't want to do that. I don't want all those containers. I'd rather have them all in baggies. And then I got the Christmas tree. I thought that was gorgeous. I may get both of these again because my youngest sister, her birthday's Christmas Eve day. So I thought maybe I'd get her that and see if I can do them for her sometime. I don't know when, but hopefully. Oops. Hold on. My thing didn't work out the way I wanted it. And then I got, she's the waitress down here at the diner, and we've become good friends. Well, I'll bring this back up for the time being. She lost her kitten. Somebody, I guess, hid it. I don't remember. Anyway, so I got her this. This looks pretty close to her kitten, what it looks like. So I thought, I have to pick this up. So I'm tickled pink. It's a round. It's intermediate. I feel like she's really going to love it. I mean, look at that. Isn't that just adorable? This is so cute. So yeah. And I can put this out because as far as I know, she don't know I have a YouTube channel, so I'm okay. Watch. No. Anyway, then I got her a little notebook because I'm trying to help her. She's just been having a little tough time. Well, then they had, Hobby Lobby had the Santa Claus. I don't know if you've seen this one. Oh my gosh. Isn't that just beautiful? I just love it. I bought 2. One for me and one for her. It's not a full, it's a partial because this in the back right here. Just this little area is not done. But, oh, and his glove. I guess his glove isn't. And his face. My mistake. I'm not looking very good. But I thought it was beautiful. So, yeah. Anyway. Whoops. I got that. Let me stick this back in there. And then I got her a box from Diamonds for Better tomorrow. I have not opened it because 1, that's not mine to open. And 2, I want to give it to her and I want her to open it and see if she'll let me take a video of her. That's what I'm hoping. I was hoping today, but I don't know. She never answered me, so she maybe has things going on, which is fine. So, and here in October, last week in October, I will be on vacation, so maybe it'll be easier for us to get together. I hope. So we'll see. Yeah, so I was very excited when I seen they had these Christmas ones. So I'm glad I picked them up. And like I said, if I can get the Santa Claus and the Christmas tree, I like to get that for my sister. And let's see, they had, I think, a Christmas wreath. I know they had a nativity one real big. I don't know if I want that one or not. I'll have to look. But it's okay. I can always decide. So, yep. All right, let me move you back down because I'm sure you don't want to see me while I'm talking. You want to watch me diamond paint. So, Sunday we got this up. And then this week at work, we're getting closer to the course system being implemented. As of yesterday, we're down to 2 weeks. I know we'll all be glad when it gets done. It's been quite the deal. So, and that weekend, I don't know. I never work on the weekend, which is fine, but I don't know. I'll see if I can do a video. There's just a lot going on. And then my dad was supposed to have cataract surgery on Tuesday. Well, there were some problems there, so it didn't happen. So he's going to have to go back down October 1st. He has to have another exam thing, and then if everything's okay, they'll probably have to spend the night in Garden City and have the surgery done the next day. And it turns out my brother's going to take him. On Tuesday, it was my sister. And it happened to be my sister's birthday. Anyway, and then he'll have to go down, I think, the 15th of October to, make sure everything's going good on that. And then, the 28th, that's the reason why I ended up having to move my vacation, because really it was the week before. But since he's going to have surgery the 28th, I'll end up taking him down for that. And it sounds like, which I understand because I know I've had eye exams before. And they shine that bright light in your eyes because they got to look inside, which is, I understand. But, when you get something bright shining in your eye, or their hands are there, that's not yours, you tend to flinch and everything. So I guess that was some of the problem with Dad. So there is another eye doctor there, and I guess they're going to have him do Dad's cataract surgery because he's been doing it a little longer than the guy who was going to do it. So, sometimes you need someone who's been at it for a while. That's what I want to say. So, yep. So, get that done. And then maybe we'll be on a home stretch with Dad. Sometimes it just gets a little frustrating and a challenge to do things. Because with the VA, they're good, but there's just certain things, which is fine. You got to follow their rules and regulations. And we're finding that out. And when you go somewhere, you can get reimbursed for going, say, because we went to Garden City at the beginning of September. And so I have to fill out a paper for travel pay. And then you turn it in. Well, it says on there you can get lodging. And my sister told me, no, we can't because it has to be 3 hours away or more. So I call them and I visit with them. Well, it turns out the lady talked to her supervisor and they got it approved that Dad will be able to get reimbursed for staying the night at the hotel. They only do 50%, but it's like, hey, 50%, we'll take it. So, and then I just got the paperwork in the mail yesterday which is okay. At least now I haven't. So yeah. It's sometimes a never-ending thing, but it's okay. It all works out. See, now I ran out of wax, which I know. And then you turn it, and then all of a sudden it squishes the bunch out. It's like, don't do that. But I've seen other diamond painting creators who have the wireless vacuum pen, and I found it on Amazon. So I'm highly considering purchasing it because, yeah, see that? Whoops, where is my thing? Oh, it's there. You can kind of see it. Man, when you want to try to... Okay, anyway, it's right there. See that? It oozes out. So, but I'll get it figured out eventually. And if I can find my tweezers, then I'll give that a try. And another thing they need to do, and maybe you guys know because you've been doing diamond painting a lot longer than me. Okay, I purchased this off of Amazon. It's supposed to be a ruler, and it, to me, looks like it has square holes, which is fine. But the squares, to me, should fit in there, and then they would help you to place them on or line them up correctly. But these diamonds do not fit in there. This is much smaller. So if there's one that's bigger that works with the diamond arc clip square drills, can you put it down in the comments and tell me where you got it? Because I think that would be helpful. I don't know why they don't make it a little bigger so the actual drill would fit. Because I tried and it just doesn't. So the only thing I do is I use it to help straighten this up. I do have a straightener, and so I kind of put it like here, and then I kind of work just because I want to make so I keep it as straight as possible. So anyway, so that's kind of like I said, a little challenge for me, but otherwise, I must say I'm liking doing the squares. At first, when I started, I did the U.S. hero first. Well, it's not all the heroes, just some of it. I thought, oh my, I thought, what did I get myself into by going with square? And then I remembered some of you guys said do the checkerboard effect. So I did do that, and let me tell you, that really helped a lot. So thank you for saying you got to do it like a checkerboard, because it does. It helps. Now, right now, I'm able to, well, see now, it's not wanting to, come on, you silly goose. All right. And I only do one diamond at a time. I know some of you do 2, 4, 10. And I know this may take me longer, but I'm just going to have, it just works better for me to do one at a time. See, now I got wax here. I got to pick that out. Okay. So, yep. But I think if I got that cordless vacuum pen, I think it would help me a lot. Okay, come on. And I catch myself, well, I'm not saying I don't talk to myself all the time, but I catch myself talking to these diamonds. Like, okay, now, come on. You got to go in. let's do this. I know you can do it. I have to give my diamonds encouragement that, it's okay. You can do it. And sometime I need to also do my unboxing of my other diamond art club things that I got. And I forgot I was going to ask my husband's cousin, the one who got married, if he's still a firefighter. Because his dad was, and then he became one. So I wanted to see if he still is. Because I actually purchased 2 of the firefighter one. Because one I want to give to my nephew, and then I thought I'd give him the other one. And I'm going to tell him either you can keep it, or if you want, you can put it in your, what do you call them, firehouse, fire station thing. So, yep. That's what I would like, what I want to do. But it's going to be interesting to see how I'm going to do all of this. Maybe once we get the core system implemented and things kind of settle down, maybe I can then diamond paint a little bit more. I tell you what, I sure miss it. Okay. Oh, there we go again. Oh yeah, I did do something last week because I posted it on Friday. What did I do? Whoops. Oh, I can't do that here. I forgot. I don't have that peel back, which I know I can peel it back, but I'm doing a section at a time. Okay, so let's... Oh, here's some arrows. Let me get those real quick. It's funny, it wasn't last night because I didn't diamond paint. I kid you not, we had a gully washer of rain come through last night. And we happened to be in Hayes because we went and made supper. Well, one of the high schools, it's a Catholic high school, also had homecoming last night, okay? So it was while I was at work, I noticed it was cloudy in the north, which is fine. It's like, you'll probably just go around us anyway. And then I left from work. I had to go get my husband's paycheck. I took care of that for him. Then I went home, and it was getting a little darker. No big deal. And I changed my clothes, and I had to get back in the Hayes because, we wanted to eat supper. He gets off by 6 o'clock. And I think I left, it was after 5:30. And I noticed it was getting cloudier, but it's like, okay, no big deal. So we ate supper and everything. And sitting there, was just looking out the window, and I could tell it was getting darker, and it was starting to lightning and everything. It was like, ugh. And my husband says, I need to go to the grocery store because he was needing bananas. I said, okay, you do that. I'm going to go home because Snoopy don't like storms. So that's what I was doing. My plan was to head home. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where I wasn't very far. It started to sprinkle. I drove and it started to rain. Okay, that's fine. It's just rain, no big deal. And I don't know for sure where I was. Well, I was past this one section. And it just started gully washing. It was raining very, very hard. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like, this is awful. And then my car started beeping at me. You know how, like, if you my car has those sensors all around it, which is fine. And they were going off constantly, so it must have been because of the rain. So I quick turned on my hazard lights because I slowed down because it was raining so hard the wiper wasn't even helping. Okay, that's how hard it was raining. And then I thought I'm gonna slow down, so I started braking. I I'm sorry guys, I could not even brake. It was scary. It's like, oh my gosh, what is going on? What's happening here? So yeah, I was kind of freaking out, to put it mildly. And yeah, my car, I had no control of the steering wheel. It was really weird. I did the best I could. People were coming up. It's like, just go around me. I don't care. Finally, they started going around me. And I thought I kind of knew where I was because sometimes, you know by certain, say landmarks, but it's really not landmarks. Like there was some trees and I thought, I think I know where I'm at. If I can get up, and all of a sudden somebody else had went around me and they went, and so I knew for sure where I was. So I did the same thing. I pulled over. There's off on the south side of Highway 40, there are some homes kind of like out in the country there. And I pulled off into that area, and I was kind of close to Highway 40, and I thought I better pull up in case somebody else needs to do the same thing. Oh my goodness. And then I wanted to text my husband. Tried texting. My hands were shaking so hard I couldn't even text him. So I go on to Facebook Messenger. I thought I'll just video him. I couldn't find the video part on the Facebook. It took a while. And then I found it. So then I called him. He answered the right way. And it turned out he just had left from Dillon's, which was fine. I said, well, I'm on Highway 40. I'm kind of off on the side. I said, just watch for me. You'll see me. So I'm kind of, wasn't really talking. I was kind of signing. And all of a sudden, I noticed he was going by on Highway 40. I had to get his attention on the phone. I said, hey. I said, you went right past me. He looked, he was like, where are you? I said, look, you'll see me. I said, I'm on by those houses. So he must have finally seen me because he turned around and came back. I drove to where he was going to turn. And he said, what's wrong? I said, the car was out of control. I said, it was weird. I said, I don't want to ever have to go through that again. I thought, oh. But anyway, I made it. We got home. And I parked in the back. He parked in front, which is no problem. Then he goes, oh, one of your chairs is laying down on the ground. It's like, oh, man. So I go outside, picked up the chair. I have 2 flags that I have these mineral tubs where I stick in. And, yeah, it's like, ugh. Then it started raining again. We ended up with a total of 2.5 inches of rain. And coming from Hayes, the fields on the side of Highway 40 were just standing with water. That's how much it, like I said, it gully washed. It just downpoured. And I'm sure the school had to cancel their football game because, yeah, I'm sure they didn't play in it. If they did, okay, but not me. So, then yesterday morning, the way I go in, because I go east because that's just the way it is to get the Hayes. You go east. Well, the sun came up no problem. And I know it gets pretty bright. So you really got to pay attention to what you're doing. So I got to this one part because it's a stoplight. Because about, oh, I want to say like a block to the north is an elementary school. So, people are taking their kids to school. So the light was red and we was sitting there and waiting. And I was paying attention and I knew it was going to be turning green soon. All of a sudden I heard something. I thought, oh crap. And I looked in my rearview mirror and yep, somebody rear-ended somebody and it was starting to have a chain effect. About that time the light went green and I stepped on it. I thought, nope, I'm not going to be a rear-ended person. I was like, oh my goodness. I was so happy to get to work yesterday. I was like, okay, I am done with this. It's like, no, no, no. So, all right. I yackled way too much, I'm sure. But I got a little bit more done. Like I said, it's a slow process. I really feel like I'm going to love this when it is done. What's going to be interesting is when I have to do this black part. There's just certain spots here, but it's all okay. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, all right, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll catch you all next week. Oh my gosh, would you believe September's almost over with? Next week is the last Saturday of the month. I don't know where this time is going, but it is a going. So, now I need to go because I have laundry to take care of. I got to change all my summer clothes out and put my winter clothes in. That's a all-day job, but it's got to be done. So, all right. And I will get this uploaded so it goes out yet for 2 o'clock today. Okay. Thanks for watching. And Michelle, thank you for my shirt. I love it. Like I said, this may be my new shirt to wear when I diamond paint, do my whipping chats. And I think that's it. Have a wonderful weekend and a fabulous week. We'll see you next week. Love you all. Bye.